With the need to sign a midfielder this summer, it seems Erik Ten Hag has set his priority to sign one of his former players, and that being the Barcelona man Frenkie De Jong. And with the financial situation that the Catalan are in, it looks like Manchester United might be closing in on an €80 million transfer for the Dutch midfielder. But what could potentially be his best position in Erik Ten Hag's system? And according to Fabrizio Romano, is Donny Van De Beek set to stay this summer? And what role could he potentially have in Erik Ten Hag's system? Well, let's discuss all this in the latest episode of Transfers FC. But let's start off with the Frenkie De Jong transfer, as according to Sport, Manchester United and Barcelona are very close to reaching an agreement for Frenkie De Jong, close to around €80 million. So Manchester United are close to reaching an agreement with Barcelona for Frenkie De Jong for around €80 million. Well, I've told you before and I'll tell you again, if that is the case, well, that would be absolutely lovely, as Frenkie De Jong really epitomises the perfect midfielder in an Erik Ten Hag system. As we have seen with his time at Ajax, with his ball playing ability, he's able to dictate and control play. And with that ability that he was showing at Ajax, well, that's why he was one of the most sought after midfielders in 2019. And that is why Barcelona paid nearly £80 million for him. But 3 years later, with Barcelona's financial situation being in the bin, well, it looks like he might reunite with his former manager Erik Ten Hag. But what else does Sport have to say on this Frenkie De Jong transfer? Well, according to them, Frenkie De Jong is the absolute priority for Erik Ten Hag, and that Manchester United will make an important effort for the player, both in a very high fixed payment and in variables. And that United are clear that there is no problem to close an agreement in the coming days if necessary. Oh my goodness, Manchester United are moving like a big and serious club again. But there might be a potential issue here, as according to them, Manchester United might give Frenkie De Jong more than he currently earns at Barcelona, and that he would be the centre of a project that looks very good. Wait, hold on a second. More than he's currently on at Barcelona? Well, he's on 280k at Barcelona, and if we're willing to pay more than 280k and put him on 300k a week, well, let's take a step back and we need to think about this situation. Because Barcelona gave Frenkie De Jong this 280k a week contract when he was one of the most sought after midfielders in all of Europe, and that's why they had to persuade him. But currently right now, Barcelona are really openly saying that Frenkie De Jong's out for sale, and only Manchester United are really looking at him. But I don't know about you lot, but paying more than 280k a week for a player that hasn't really hit the heights that he was showing 3 years ago, well, that is a bit fishy, and I don't really know if Manchester United should be doing that. But then again, this report could mean that Manchester United are willing to pay more than he will be next season. The Barcelona president Laporta is about to cut the players' salaries by half to help in the financial situation. And if that's the case, well, Frenkie De Jong's new salary will be 140k a week. And that sounds a bit more reasonable, as if Manchester United even pay him around 200k a week, well, that would be significantly more than what it would be on next season. And if that's the case, I don't mind paying 200k a week for Frenkie De Jong to sign for us. And it looks like that Champions League issue that Frenkie De Jong had, well, that might have gone away, as according to Sport, playing in the Champions League still holds weight for Frenkie De Jong, but he's beginning to doubt it, as it's becoming clear that Barcelona are absolutely willing to let him go. Frenkie De Jong, lad, Barcelona are shoving you out the door, and Manchester United wants you, and most importantly, your former manager Erik Ten Hag wants you. And I'm not gonna lie, lad, even though Barcelona was a club that you always wanted to play for, well, it just looks like it isn't gonna work out for you there. And we've seen it with players before, like Philippe Coutinho. Maybe, just maybe, you have to move on before it's too late, as you are still 25 years old and you have the peak years ahead of you. And for me, I don't want you to be wasting those years at Barcelona where you're not even starting week in, week out, and you're not even playing your best position. And Sport ended off by saying that Manchester United have set a deadline of mid-June to complete the deal of Frenkie De Jong. Tick tock. Frenkie De Jong, you don't have much time left, as it is currently the 6th of June, and with the mid of June coming in 9 to 10 days time, well, there isn't much time left till we potentially could have Frenkie De Jong at Manchester United. But now let's discuss where Frenkie De Jong could fit in for Manchester United. And we can use his performance against Belgium on Friday to suggest where he would be playing. As on Friday, Frenkie De Jong played in a midfield three for the Netherlands, and he played as that number 6, as that deep line playmaker / Regista type player. And well, in that game he showed the complete midfield performance, as if we look at his numbers, well, Frenkie De Jong had the best pass accuracy, the most passes in the game, the most ball recoveries, the most duels in the match, the most chances created in the match, and the most dribbles in the match. And my oh my, what a complete performance from Frenkie De Jong. He showed absolutely everything he has in the locker, and the fact that he played in a Regista type role as a number 6, well, maybe, just maybe, that might be his potential position at Manchester United. And it looks like he might agree with that, as when he was interviewed after the game, he said, "I play a lot differently here than at Barcelona. I think it suits me better. I like to be the first man to receive the ball from the defenders." And that there gives us an insight on Frenkie De Jong as a player, as despite him playing as one of those number 8s as a roaming playmaker for Barcelona, well, Frenkie De Jong suggests his best football is played when he plays deep and collects the ball from the defenders and progresses the ball. And I mean, this performance against Belgium would suggest that, and his time at Ajax would also suggest that. As I told you before, that is when he played his best football, and he was one of the most sought after midfielders in all of Europe. And at that time at Ajax, when they signed him in 2019 for around £80 million, well, everyone thought he would be the heir to Sergio Busquets. But with Sergio Busquets still playing a key role in the current Barcelona side, well, Frenkie De Jong's been pushed out and is playing in a position he's not used to as an advanced playmaker. And for me, with the position he plays for the Netherlands and the position he played for Erik Ten Hag at Ajax, well, I think Frenkie De Jong's best position for Manchester United and where he should play for us should be as a Regista, as a number 6. As for me, I've said that is where his best football is played, and maybe, just maybe, he might be the only midfielder we might have to sign this summer. As for me, these options right here could be good enough for us next season to get Champions League football, as in seasons prior, Manchester United have got 2nd and 3rd place, with Scott McTominay and Fred predominantly playing in that pivot. And if we can add the quality of Frenkie De Jong into that midfield, well, maybe, just maybe, we could get away with next season getting into the Champions League with Frenkie De Jong, Fred and Bruno Fernandes as a starting midfield trio. And with the squad depth I've shown with the likes of Donny Van De Beek, McTominay and even James Garner as backups, maybe, just maybe, this could be our midfield for next season. But anyways lads, what are your thoughts on this situation? Do you think Frenkie De Jong will sign for us? And if so, what do you think his best position could be at Manchester United? But now let's move on to Donny Van De Beek staying, as the highly reliable Mr. Here We Go himself, Fabrizio Romano, suggests that Erik Ten Hag has Donny Van De Beek in his plans for next season as things stand, and that he's been told that now he's expected to play a role in Manchester United's team. Signed in the summer of 2020, 2 years on, in 2022, we have Donny Van De Beek's former manager Erik Ten Hag, and it looks like Donny Van De Beek's career at Manchester United is set to begin now. And the last 2 years has been a bit of a waste for Donny Van De Beek, as he's lost some of his years where he could have easily been developing, really playing as a bit part player. But now with Erik Ten Hag here, it looks like Donny Van De Beek's career at Manchester United has begun. And well, if he is anything like it was at Ajax, well, that would be absolutely magical. As with him, he really made his name in that 2018-19 season in the Champions League, as it was really the big trio of Donny Van De Beek, Frenkie De Jong and Matthias de Ligt that made their names in the Ajax team. And in that year, in 2019, after Ajax got into the Champions League semi-finals, well, Donny Van De Beek made the top 30 of the Ballon d'Or, with him finishing 28th in the Ballon d'Or, and the fact that he was just 22 at the time, but scored crucial goals in the Champions League quarters and semi-finals against Juventus and Tottenham. Well, it just showed the character and ability that Donny Van De Beek had, and with him now being 25 years old, well, he has lost a bit of his years where he could have developed, but he still has the peak of his years ahead of him, and under Erik Ten Hag we could see the best of Donny Van De Beek. As with Donny Van De Beek's time at Ajax, he was a number 10 for Ten Hag, really playing in that Thomas Müller type mould as a Raumdeuter, as he was a space invader, as he was always in the right pockets at the right times, and that was crucial in Erik Ten Hag's system at Ajax. But maybe that could be an issue at Manchester United, as if we look at Manchester United's current team, we have Bruno Fernandes, who really plays in that same position, as he is also a space invader and he also finds himself in the right spaces as well. And maybe that could be a potential issue for Van De Beek, as we saw with his time under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, with Bruno Fernandes' freakish fitness record where he's really never injured. well, maybe this could be an issue for Donny Van De Beek, as Donny Van De Beek really excelled as a number 10. And I don't see a world where Manchester United can play with a midfield trio of Donny Van De Beek, Frenkie De Jong and Bruno Fernandes, as with the lack of ball winning and physicality there, well, for me that midfield would really get run over week in week out. So if Donny Van De Beek is to have a crucial role in Erik Ten Hag's system, well, maybe that might coincide with Bruno Fernandes getting moved to maybe the left or the right. As we've seen with Erik Ten Hag, he has worked with the likes of Dusan Tadic on the left, and Dusan Tadic and Bruno Fernandes are really similar when it comes to the profiles. And maybe, just maybe, Bruno Fernandes could be playing on the wings and Donny Van De Beek could be our attacking midfielder next season. But anyways lads, what are your thoughts on this situation? Do you think Donny Van De Beek will be our main number 10 next season? And if so, what do we do with Bruno Fernandes? But anyways lads, that was the latest episode of Transfers FC, and if you did enjoy the video, please go down there and smash that like button for your boy, and consider subscribing to my channel, as we are now on the road to 900 subscribers. But for now guys, I'm out. Peace.